Hi guys, it's March 23rd and I wanted to check in with you about this week's challenges. We're on challenge number 4, and challenge number 4 is to build a mobile. What is a mobile? It's a form of sculpture and art where you use string and sticks and balance objects hanging from the sticks on strings. So I've started one here. Put it over here so you can see a little bit better. Alright, so for this challenge, the materials you're going to need are straws, which I did not have. This is the only one I had. But luckily for me, I had a bunch of skinny candles that we use for birthday cakes. And you'll also need string and a scissor. And you're going to need construction paper. Now, where do you get rainbow construction paper? I made this. I only have white paper, and I wanted something more colorful, but maybe you have different colors of construction paper at home. If you're like me and you don't, here's what you can do. Take a piece of heavyweight paper, get out your, I'm going to put this down. Get out your watercolors and paint the paper. So once your paintings are finished and dried, you can then use that paper to start cutting it up to make those shapes. I made the triangle and the rectangle out of this one. Here's what I do to cut out my shapes. I fold the paper in half and then I cut out my shape. This one's folded in half, and on the folded in half part, I've done a rectangle, I've done a triangle, I could do a square. I feel like I want to do a hexagon. And does anybody remember how many sides a hexagon has? Yes, 6 sides. So what I have done is I cut out my hexagon. Pretty good. Then I'm going to take my glue stick and glue this one. I did it on the fold so the two pieces are together, but they might be separate. Glue them together. And then you got to punch a hole in it. I did not have a hole punch. So you might, hopefully you have a hole punch. If you don't have a hole punch, a grown-up might be able to help you using an X-Acto knife, which is what I did. Once you have your hole punched, and I cut mine with an X-Acto knife, try and get yours in the middle. Mine's a little bit off to the side. Once you have that hole, you're going to cut a piece of string. You're going to try to have the string go through the hole. You're going to knot this. So I suggest a double knot. Here comes Zoa. Hi, Zoa. You want to be in my mobile? You want to come up and say hi to the kids? She's looking for a treat. Once you get your shape tied to a string, you want to get one of your straws, in my case, skinny candle, and tie your shape to the candle. And we'll trim off these long ends later. And then you're going to want to make another shape and tie it onto this end of the candle. You're also going to want one string in the middle of the candle that it's going to hang from. So one string in the middle that goes up, 2 strings coming down on the ends with shapes attached. Okay, so I went ahead and made a square shape, which I put on the other side. And now I have one that is a hexagon and a square. And I have my first one, which was a triangle and a rectangle. Now I'm going to connect my hexagon and square to my triangle and rectangle by tying it to the same candle or straw that it's tied to. All right, I'm going to finish that up. So that's your challenge. Make a mobile. Use regular construction paper, or take a piece of white construction paper, use marker, crayon, watercolor, decorate it, whatever kind of construction paper you want. Once you have that, cut out shapes, punch a hole in it. If you're doing watercolor, you're going to need double shapes that you have to glue them together, because you cannot watercolor on both sides of the paper. You can do both sides of the paper for crayon and marker. Make me a mobile, send me a picture. That's challenge number 3. This week's baking and cooking challenge is to make me a food from your culture. Now for me, I could say my culture's New York. I could make you a nice eggplant parmesan hero. Or I could say my culture is Irish because my grandparents came from Ireland. Then, if I wanted to do that, I could make you some corned beef and cabbage. So, here's your challenge. Talk to your parents about your culture. What's a food you can make with the ingredients you have in your house from your culture? Go ahead and take pictures and videos of you making the food and then the end product. Show me your favorite possession or show me a collection that you have. Remember I showed you mine, the blue bottles? Show me yours. Now I'm going to leave you with some videos that were sent to me from Simona and Isabella. Simona's going to introduce us to her new chicks, and Isabella is going to show us how she makes apple muffins. Okay, guys.
This is Sunny. She's my favorite chick in the pack. She came from Oakley. She's 1 week old. 1 week old. She has her sisters in the box.
All right, let's go look at them. Is there anything else you want to share about your favorite little chickies?
There's black ones and white ones, and there's the smallest one right there. He's my other friend. There's Bo. I think I named this one Black Feather. I cannot. Oh, here's Madeline.
Madeline. Which one?
That one's Madeline.
And do you know why we got little chickies? Why they were dropped off at our house yesterday?
To get eggs.
Huevos?
To eat.
To eat some eggs, yeah. And then they get bigger in a few weeks, several weeks.
Then they're teenager,
When
then
they
they
get some
big.
feathers and they don't have so much down on them, they'll have actual feathers. They're gonna go into a bigger space in our yard. And we don't know who are girls or boys yet. Hopefully they're all girls. But if we do get a boy, we have to take them back to the breeder because we can't have roosters. All right, because what do roosters do?
They wake up people early in the morning.
And they're alarm clocks, yep. And what sound do roosters make? Want Mama to do it?
Yeah.
Cock-a-doodle-doo! Really loud at dawn. And nobody likes that. At least not here.
Our neighbors do not like that.
Nope. Well,
They're
we're crossing our
walking-
fingers. They're all going to be females.
They're walking around in bird poop.
Yep, they poop a lot. And they eat a lot. And they drink and they sleep a lot. And sometimes they'll be walking and they'll just fall asleep
And they
mid-walk.
peck on the box.
They peck on the little box they sleep in.
I tried to put this tissue box in there, but it
And
didn't
we're
work.
holding them a lot because why?
Then they'll get used to you and they won't get scared.
But they'll become tame. And when they're older, they won't run from us and we can pick them up and inspect them if we need to.
Jane.
All right.
Pouring the egg mixture into the flour mixture. Cooking. Hello, doing?
Bravissima.
Making
makes the queen.